God says today that no power in heaven or on earth can take you out of my plan for your life. Your days are not jumbled together in some meaningless arrangement. Your life events and the events of tomorrow are written in my book and will unfold exactly as I have intended. Your level of faith and confidence in who I have represented myself to be in your eyes is the sole divergence from my flawless order. So, who do you say I am? The Father asks. What you think influences your future far more than other people's actions, circumstances, or the randomness of your birth. A lot of prayer equals a lot of power. Little prayer equals little power. Your words are formidable against the enemy, says the Father, for when they come from a faith-filled heart, they are powerful and effective. You are equipped, says the Father, and your words are a valuable weapon in the arsenal I've given you via the blood of the cross. Your prayers open the door to the supernatural and release the power of my throne in your life. Your pleas, supplications, and intercessions are brought before me in prayer and answered according to my faithfulness and your expectation of hope beyond any conclusion you could anticipate. Prayer is your privilege, honor, and entitlement as a blood-bought child of God, not just a task. In this season, you are transitioning from authority to authorization, authorized to approach God's throne and make our demands known. Utilize every chance to walk in unity and prayer. Recognize that when you pray, you are not requesting something out of my grasp or power. Instead, you are tapping into the kingdom of heaven's boundless resources, which have no limits or bounds. Today and every day, go about your day praying with all petition, supplication, and intercession. Pray for your family, your city, and your country. Can a country be gained in a single day? Yes, through the efficacy of faith-filled prayer that comes out of your mouth on time. Pray for the bereaved, the sick, the broken, and the downtrodden. Pray with expectation and faith, knowing that I will be found faithful and will completely answer your plea. This is your entry point into time. Enter into my kingdom's higher goods. Enter a world where my love is the primary driver, controlling what happens next in your life with my hand. Get rid of your shame and guilt. Lean into my love, which surpasses all of your sins and failings, for you are my beloved, purchased with the priceless blood of Calvary so that you may always be in me and I in you. My love is stronger than death and any hatred or cruelty directed at you by the misinformed and those who do not perceive what I see when they look at you. Yes, God, I am envious, and I am envious of you. Remember that mercy triumphs over judgment. My love for you is greater than any judgment leveled against you. And it is our most important responsibility to simply accept that love. Accepting my love means accepting me, for I am love personified. God says today, you've asked inquiries and searched for knowledge of my methods, which is admirable. Always remain in awe of my overarching purpose for you, which is still being unfolded and made evident to this day. What occurs next is determined not by a right or incorrect move, but by my infinite love, in which you abide, and know that in my love, we can genuinely do anything. Every other endeavor is futile until you first immerse yourself in my love. Love is the reason I came and will remain online in your life, bringing blessings and breakthroughs. I am not acting to condemn you, but rather to love you at all times. It is your obligation and privilege to dispel any erroneous images in your mind that prevent you from accepting my love and favor. Accept this love and delight in it, for my love will stay constant until the end of time. So recall and keep at the forefront of your thoughts the reality of my love's depth and breadth. Nothing compares to the love I have spent upon us. Dwell in my love as you progress into the bigger things of my kingdom. My love outweighs all of your crimes, failures, and anxieties. Understanding this love will enable you to live intentionally in my kingdom. Tear away by will all false images of me that defy or contradict love, and accept the love I freely give you. Let us bathe and luxuriate in my love every day as I carry you ahead toward the complete fulfillment of every promise I've whispered to your heart. God says today, come to me and fight the enemy's falsehoods as he tries to lure you with unsanctified love of self. It is time to leave the turmoil of self-pity and self-absorption behind and pursue my kingdom with a humble and accountable heart. Do not believe that my benefits are only for the self-indulgent or egotistical, because this is part of the fallen condition. Instead, I call you to be a son or daughter who accepts me as Father in all things and is responsible for your character and behavior. I am truly your Father, not merely a benefactor or altruistic creature. I invented the concept of fatherhood to reveal myself to you in a personal and intimate way. I wish to shape and correct you, to assist you in growing in maturity and strength. When you fall short or grieve my heart, know that I will be there to provide you with my enabling grace. I see you as the pupil of my eye and adore you beyond words. So come to me, stay near to me, and fight the enemy's seductions that try to ensnare you in self-love. You will feel a deepening of our relationship as you embrace me as your Father in all things, as well as a new degree of growth and maturity. You will learn to be a yielding vessel, receptive to my loving criticism and discipline. You will have experienced repentance and reform, and been held accountable for your acts and attitudes. And as you grow, you will discover that I am always by your side, guiding and carrying you onward. So don't be afraid to come to me now and accept me as your Father in all things. Let go of self-pity and self-importance and embrace the humility and truth that my Spirit brings. You are my cherished son or daughter, and I yearn for you to get to know me better and walk in the fullness of my blessing. Believe in me, abide in me, and know that I am always with you, even to the end of the age. Avoid falling into the trap of self-absorption. The adversary wants you to focus solely on your circumstance, difficulties, and hardships. Know that seeking first the kingdom entails turning your attention away from your own need and difficulty and towards the needs of others. Do not succumb to the lure of the urgent or the immediate. Are you capable of seeing beyond your own needs and towards the needs of others? If you can only do one thing, the Father says, it is to intercede, pray, and cry out to me, not only for your own legitimate needs but also for what is going on in the lives of those around you. Keep your gaze fixed on the harvest. Some times and circumstances required every disciple, apostle, and saint included in the New Testament story to think exclusively of themselves and not the needs of others. They purchased a godly heritage for themselves by being willing workers in my harvest, even if their personal needs were considerable, even all-consuming at times. Today, become a servant son. Consider yourself a handmaiden to my kingdom. God says today, enter my timelessness. This day, I free you from the tyranny of time. You will no longer find yourself saying, "I don't have time," or "There's not enough time in my day." That is not your share. You are not hurried because I am not hurried. You are not harried, says the Father, because I made time and the passage of time to serve you rather than to rule you. Time is not an unwanted outcome of Adam's fallen state. My hand created time to measure the distance between glory and glory in your life. Your existence isn't about bouncing from one stressful day to the next. Your life is more than just appointments, phone calls, and schedules. Your life is not divided into days, minutes, hours, or seconds. When you require more time, sweetheart, I will simply expand forever and fold into your life every day and every moment required to complete the task. Do you need more time? The Father asks. I declare that you are now free of the tyranny of time. Time will not be your Lord, for it is my part to be your Lord, and I am a jealous God. I will bend time to your will, causing it to be lengthened, enlarged, and prolonged so that your days in this world are filled with blessings rather than sadness. As your days pass, so will your strength. Today I make you a time master. I created time, and you rule and reign beside me. As a result of my being the ruler of time, you will rule over time and see the fullness of days and the length of life. You will proceed from faith to faith. Every day, you will advance from glory to glory. Everything you touch will be immortalized on the inside of you by my splendor. What was missing has now been added. That once appeared out of reach is now firmly within your grasp. So rest, trust, and move forward, because this is where it gets easy. Let this day be a turning point towards deep trust, says the Father. Allow today to be the day when you realize with all of your being that my agenda is to bring heaven to earth in your life and experience. You will not be forgotten. You will not be unlucky. You will receive your inheritance as well as the full redemption of the purchased possession that Calvary provided for you 2,000 years ago. Not to worry. Don't worry about the things, situations, and circumstances that appear to contradict what I've said. Situations change. Situations shift. My promise is eternal, and you will not be denied. I am the Comforter, and I am well aware of your anguish and sadness. I understand your concerns and inquiries. For some of you know that your loved ones are with me, and let me assure you that they are overjoyed, since they have not left their life, but have entered into their life. Oh, they are living in the fullness of delight and are still concerned about my kingdom. So, give me this pain today, and be comforted by their tremendous pleasure, which awaits you and everyone who is accepted in the Beloved. Others of my children are in mourning since they have no idea where their loved one is. Do you realize that I can appear to them even at the hour of their death? That my salvation ministering angels are working to the end. That they have been set apart as a result of your prayers. For there are those who select me as I appear to them in their final breath, and you will be startled and delighted at who awaits you when you return home. So, offer me all your sorrows and let me cure your spirit today, because I am the God of all comfort.